Hey you guys, it's Britt. Today we're here with an update on the Not So Resilient Jenkins. We have a lot to catch up on. I kind of took a back seat and allowed the last couple of days to play out. There's been a lot happening though, so we're going to get caught up. If you're interested, please keep watching. All right, you guys, so let's rewind just a few days and start out with the fact that Steph was on a live stream where somebody made a comment about her sweeping rocks and she went completely just cringe level 1,000 in her response. It was very weird, you know, this constant cycle of I don't care about what the haters say, they don't matter, but then constantly responding to them. It's just a very obvious cycle of you do care. So step one would be let's stop saying that you don't care because you very clearly do. But that clip that was going around, just her reaction was wild.
Yeah, because my baby likes to bring the rocks up and move them over here. Sweeping rats. I'm so cool because I insulted her for sweeping rats. That's how you look.
She also claims that she wants to rent a car over the summer, like once a week, and take the kids somewhere to have fun, like a library, the museum, whatever it might be, so that they are not just, you know, basically stuck in the cracker box, which you should have a vehicle that fits your whole family. This should not be like a fun summer fling. It should be that we always have a car that can fit our entire family so we can go do things that are not in the little grass patch next to the dumpster at this shelter.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to hit the library at least once a week with the kids this summer. Definitely, there's lots of splash pads here in Portland, so we're gonna try to hit some splash pads. I think that what would be kind of nice is to try to shoot for at least once a month, renting a car for a few days at least, and then try to have as much as we can planned in those few days. But then outside of that, Drew and I just kind of take turns using the car, and I'll take the kids to the library, I'll take the kids to the park, whatever it may be.
She then says that on the days this summer where they don't have a rental car that can fit everyone, she and Drew plan to take turns on taking the kids to a splash pad. Like a couple will go this day, a couple will go that day. But again, it goes back to the fact that like you can't stop reproducing, and all of these kids that you have brought into this world that did not ask to be here can't even do activities outside together because you don't have a car to fit them. Drew also mentions the car in a live that he did. We'll get to that in just a second. But I want to talk about Steph also. The video that I just recapped was a product of her saying that she was not going to go live that day. And the reason that she wasn't going to go live is because her mans was dealing with something, and that something was being at court. She also said in that video that by the end of this, God would show everyone who they've been supporting, talking about Desiree and Arlita. She was really mad that they buddied up against Drew.
For those of you that are subscribed, there's not going to be a live this morning. I'm going to keep my phone available just in case Drew needs to get a hold of me. Y'all know that you probably know where he's at this morning. And it's come to my attention that he decided to buddy up on him. And Drew's there by himself. I can't be there with my man. There's little ears on me, so I'm not trying to be too obvious about what I'm talking about. But just say your prayers. I have faith that God will let the right person win in this situation. It's not even about winning, it's about making sure what's best for the kids happens. And prior to us going live, there was no question of who was right for the kids. So let's just pray that God shut the mouths that need to be shut officially. Right? I'm a little bit anxious if you can't tell. It's not sitting right that I can't be there with my man. But if all men have it by themselves in that situation, it's mine. You've got this. I just gotta... Okay, breathe.
Take God out of it. Take God out of anything, because what we are doing is we are seeing two women that have been wronged by Drew standing up and defending a child that did not ask to be here and is in a very bad situation. And they are coming together to do right. This has nothing to do with supporting the wrong person and haters this and buddy up that. Steph also claims that it's not about winning, it's about what's best for the kid. I think in your mind, it is about winning, because you want to be able to come back to social media and stomp up and down and say, look at what happened, because you're an egomaniac. And in my opinion, you also show a lot of narcissistic traits and tendencies, and everything is about you being right. Always. Now, as far as the court thing, I'm going to discuss surface level what happened, because I don't really want to get into the weeds of every single little detail, because in my opinion, this is just, it's something really sad that we're watching unfold on social media. And the result of the court hearing this week was a step towards what I hope is a permanent solution. So basically, you have Drew, who showed up to court on the first day for the pretrial hearing in a hoodie, a hat, and like these baggy capri pants. Now, since Arlita was there, which is Drew's other baby mom, she said that she literally witnessed the judge tell Drew to take his hat and hoodie off. You are literally sitting in a courtroom in a hoodie and a hat. Arlita did also say that she helped Desiree collect exhibits to submit, and the good news is that the judge did accept the 17 exhibits that were submitted by Desiree with the help of Arlita, which was great to hear.
Because I want to know, what were you going to do if you was there at the courthouse? I want to know, what were you going to say to me and Desiree? You weren't going to say anything, just like him. Scary. Had his head down the whole time. Especially when I went on the stand. You pray to God that they're going to, God uses my mouth. And you want to say we buddy up. Yeah, I'm in her corner. I'm in her corner. I'm going to be in Desiree's corner. Are you mad? Are you mad? Because who did you think was going to be in Andrew's corner? Not his mama. Not his sisters. Since he only wants to claim one, he has 2 sisters. What were you going to say? What were you going to do? Nothing. Just like he wasn't going to do nothing but sit there and hang his head low in shame. Couldn't even look at me or Desiree. Especially when I testified. So what were you going to do? What were you going to do, Stephanie? What were you going to do? I would love to know what you were going to do. And you want to sit on live and have subscriber only and try to talk about it. What were you going to do? Oh, let me show you guys how he dressed for court today. Yeah. That's how he dressed today for court. What were you going to do? What were you going to do? He walked right past me. He had to go tell you what was going on. He was crying to you on the phone. What was he going to do? What were you going to do? I'm still baffled. What were you going to do? That's what I want to know. Look at him. You know what I've been praying on? Deshaun goes home with his mom. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and the judge accepted all our exhibits. Yeah. 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 Everything I printed off for Desiree, she accepted. Yeah. So you better hope when he goes back tomorrow, he has a real good reason why he has alienated Deshaun from his mama. Why you want to sit up here talking about we buddy buddy. Oh, girl. You ain't seen nothing yet. You ain't seen nothing yet. I mean, the judge had to tell him to take his hoodie off. His hoodie and hat off before she entered. Do you think she took kindly to his demeanor in the courtroom? You better leave us alone. You better leave us alone. You better leave us alone. One thing's for sure and two things for certain. God ain't never played about me in my mouth. And I'm the advocate standing up for Desiree. And she has another advocate who is appointed in the county of Monoma County as her advocate in this situation. So again, that man better walk up in there tomorrow and have a real legitimate reason on why he kept Deshaun from his mom. Because I'm still baffled on what you thought you was going to do if you came to the courthouse and you saw me. That's what I want to know. That's what I want to know. What were you going to do? Was you going to try to walk up to me? Nah. You would have been just as pussy as him. You know, when I got on the stand and the judge asked him, do you have any questions for her? And he said, no. So again, what were you going to do? What were you going to do? Oh, wait, the judge wasn't going to let you speak unless he appointed you as a witness, which he didn't. So I want to know, what were you going to do? I'm waiting for that answer because you're not about to do anything but sit on the internet and keep digging your guys' self a hole. A whole hole. Did I fail to mention she accepted our exhibits of evidence? Get that? Get that? Yeah. She accepted our exhibits. All 17. What you gonna say? I'm still baffled. What are you gonna do? I want to answer. What are you gonna do? What were you going to do? What were you gonna say? To me. Or to Desiree. What were you gonna say? One thing's for sure, two things for certain. You're not about that life, so what were you gonna say? I want to know. That's my question for you today. What were you going to do? Nothing. Walk past like he did. He walked right past. Couldn't even look at me. Couldn't even look at Desiree. But he called you to say, they're here. They're both here. They're ganging up on me. Oh my God, somebody help me. Girl, you would have walked into a ring of fire. You wouldn't want to see me in person.
Now, before the actual court day, which was May 29th, Drew went to this, pretrial hearing, and he ended up getting back to the shelter and going on TikTok Live. He is kicking around the ball with his son. And the first thing I want to say is, he was on this live for an hour, kicking around this ball, running around, insulting his son, bullying his son, talking about cars and video games and stuff. Again, I don't care about a whole lot, but I do constantly ask myself, if you can run around and do all of this, why can you not sit at a desk and work? Why can you not take a customer service job? You'll feel at home because you're still wearing your headset, but you're making money. Aside from all the stupid nonsense that Drew was saying in this almost hour-long live that he did, the one thing that really made my ears perk up is he claimed that his child, who is only 9, is in a position where he can make the choice of where he wants to live. Number one, that's incorrect. A 9-year-old child is not of age where they can go to the court and advocate for themselves. That's why you have guardian ad litem. That's why you have attorneys, like literally an attorney for a child. A 9-year-old cannot go into court and say, this is what I want. They are far, far, far too young for that. And who knows what kind of grooming and manipulating you've done to this child to hopefully make him parrot exactly what you've told him. Drew also claims that when he was 10, he made the decision of where he wanted to live when his parents got divorced. Now, one of the reasons that I adore Arleta is because she will always fact check Drew because she knows him. And Drew's parents didn't even get divorced until he was in high school. So again, it's just like constant lies and anything to make yourself seem more trustworthy, but you're a liar. He also does all kinds of defending his headset wearing moments by saying that he's not always gaming. Sometimes he's listening to music because the PS5 is just the savior. It's the hub of entertainment. Remember, like everyone needs a PS5. I've never had a PS5 and I'm doing perfectly fine. The PS5 is everything to you, and unfortunately your priorities are all the way messed up. And nobody would care if you had a PS5 and wanted to play games and listen to music and mope around the house and talk to your weird little friends online. Nobody would care about that if you had a home for your children and if you were working. He also did all kinds of defending why they got rid of the van and why they kept his Jetta. The van had all kinds of problems and you guys don't know what you're talking about. But again, the problem is like you can't fit your kids in your vehicle. That's what we go back to. And the car conversation put aside, I want to talk about why you're not working. Again, if you can run around, kick around a ball, play, with your headset on, mope around and act like you're cleaning the same thing for the 17th time that day, you should be working and you refuse to. But what he does is he does just like Steph does. And if and when he responds to a single comment about working or getting out of the shelter, he will say, you guys don't know what we have planned. You don't know what next moves we have, around the corner or whatever. It's all bullshit.
Oh, he doesn't want to be anywhere else. He doesn't want to be anywhere else but right here. He said he doesn't want to sleep nowhere else. He doesn't want to be with nowhere else. He doesn't want to be without his sisters, his siblings, none of that. Oh, of course he deserves a home. We're working on it. I'm not worried about it. It's one step at a time. He is definitely old enough to make that decision, because when my parents got divorced when I was 10 years old, I made that decision. I made that decision. I'm sorry to say. He doesn't want to go nowhere else. But y'all can keep running whatever. Y'all can, exactly, yeah, he's definitely old enough to speak for himself. And he's been said that. We get emotional about this shit all the time. When we had 2 cars at one time. That's what people don't know. We had 2 cars at one time. But the van was having drive shaft and some electronic error where the RPMs kept running too high, and the whatever wheel sensor was not responding correctly. So we kind of just was like, we can't afford to repair the van, so we got rid of it while we had the sedan. Why can't I do 50-50? First, there's a lot of things that is not going to make it 50-50, and plus my son has already spoken up and said where he wants to be, who he wants to be with, and how he wants to live his life. He wants to be with his sisters, his brother, his dad. He does get to pick who he gets to live with. That doesn't work that way. When my parents got divorced and I was 10, I got to pick who I got to stay with, and it wasn't my mom. I love how y'all think I'm on the PS5 all the time. I would say probably like 60% of the time, I'm either listening to music through Spotify because I can connect those headphones through the console, through the TV, through my phone, pretty much whatever. I can put it on the laptop. I can use those headphones in my Bluetooth headphones in my car. I can I can wear them anywhere. And probably the other percent of the time, when I'm not, I'm in some kind of chat. Oh, what laptop? No, I'm just saying a laptop in general.
Now, I want to talk about the two main takeaways from the actual court date, May 29th. The two big takeaways that came out of that were, number one, Desiree is going to start seeing her son on Sundays. So starting next Sunday, he's going to be allowed to go spend time with her without Drew, and she will be able to start reigniting that bond. She will be able to show him what it looks like to have a strong and present parent in his life, and I'm so happy for that. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh, we should do a GoFundMe so that she can basically go over the top for their Sunday visits. I'm a little bit reserved on that. I would rather have him have a realistic expectation of what a Sunday would look like with her. And I do think it's important to have activities planned and, go get his favorite food, maybe for lunch or dinner or even breakfast or whatever. But I don't know if over the top on every single visit is what's best for this situation. In fact, I think this child just craves attention and one-on-one time and an adult being fully present in what he's talking about and what he's comfortable sharing. But either way, I want to hear from y'all. How do you feel about that one down below? The second big takeaway that came out of the court hearing was that Steph is no longer allowed to post, discuss, talk about, share anything about this boy on social media. And there's been a little bit of conversation, oh, well, she wasn't named in this court case, so how can they tell her? She is Drew's partner. So if the judge wants to say, Drew, you need to tell your partner to stop talking about this child on social media, she is entitled to do that. Steph doesn't need to be named in this court case for the judge to say, we are protecting this child. So I am instructing you, Drew, to tell that trash bag to zip it, knock it off. The judge lays down the law. Sunday visits, amazing. Steph, zip it, amazing. Do you think that Steph listened to the judge's orders? No, of course not. She posted this on Facebook. Thank you for all the prayers, everyone. And by the way, who is praying for them? I think they're praying for this child to get the hell out of that situation. She continues, little update. I'm not sure how much I'm legally allowed to share, especially because I wasn't able to attend court alongside of Drew. What I can say is the judge was in agreement that blank has a say in the matter. He will get the opportunity to see his biological mother and decide for himself if he wants to build a bond or not. And I don't like the word biological mother because you are not his mother. He has a mother. Drew shut her out. I personally sat with blank and let him know that I don't ever want him to feel like he'll hurt me or that anything will change between him and I. He can choose to get however close he feels comfortable with his biological mother. Again, God damn it. However, that will never change the fact that I have been there for him and will be there for him for the rest of his life, regardless of what happens. Be there how? What do you have to offer him? What do you have to offer this child? Because once the food stamps money goes away, you can't offer him a meal. Once the TikTok fame dwindles, you're not going to be able to offer him a new pair of socks. You've definitely never been able to offer him a steady housing situation. I love him more than I can say. He has the biggest heart and the best smile. I'll never forget the little cutie that opened the door with his daddy the first time I met him. He was still small enough to fit in footy pajamas and was rocking a cute dinosaur set. He didn't take long to warm up to me and the girls at all, and he asked me within a few months if he could call me mommy. I don't believe that. I just simply don't believe that. If he did say that, it's because it was offered up in conversation, and he probably wanted to appease his father by going along with it. Of course, I said yes because I already saw him as my boy. I truly hope that his bio goes forward with the best intentions for him. She had no involvement for years prior to October 2024. So you were told to shut your mouth, and you did the exact opposite and decided to come on to social media again and drag his mother, talk down about her, put yourself up on a pedestal, and make yourself out as if you're some kind of good person to have in your corner. You have done nothing. You have done nothing. And like I said, if it wasn't for getting everything handed to you, you would have nothing to hand over to these kids because you have no will to work. You have no will to do anything. She also made a video where this child was shown. So it's been a video, it's been posts, it's been dragging and shaming. And on that video, I will share a few of the comments because people, again, they're just eating these two up because it's so tired at this point. It's so old. It's so tired. It's so just, y'all are the laughing stock of TikTok. And then in this video, she's also talking about how there's been people that she doesn't know in this area. Like you're literally living at a shelter. You're living at a shelter. What do you think? Like there's constantly going to be the same people. Like, and on top of it, this is Portland is an area that has a lot of people in and out of it. It's a very busy city. It's a big city. This video, it gave me the feeling that they might try to flee. I might be crazy for saying that, and y'all know how it goes. I'm always here to say, oh, I was wrong about that. I guessed that wrong. But for some reason, I think that they might try to move. And I think that they might try to flee.
Honestly, full transparency, I'm a little beat, I'm not gonna lie. And I'll do my best to put this voiceover on this video, but recently we've been noticing a fluctuation with cars in and out, people staying here that just don't seem to be the type of people that would even be from this area, especially with my iCloud recently being hacked and 4 years of my data being wiped. I mean, we're talking 4,000 videos and photos. Memories back from 2021 all the way to current of my kids, our family, and no doubt all the content that I put the work into these last few years. First opened my iCloud to find all of that gone. It hit me pretty hard, especially because I can't help but wonder why anyone would want any of that information. Why you take the time to get into somebody's iCloud when knowing full well that's something you can definitely take a legal route, and I'm going to do so. I'm not good with any technical terms on that. I'm just saying that's something that is not okay. You have access to the videos that I post, the photos that I post, but directly hacking into my personal information, that's just not okay. Even more transparency here, and I told my man that I was going to say this, so it's not like I'm hurting any feelings. I really feel like a lot of the reasons why y'all attack me have nothing to do with me personally. Keep bringing up the fact that I'm still married to an SO. Then you bring up my living situation like I have no idea what it's like. Dude, I'm the one living it. What the heck? Like I said, I'm beat, so yeah, I have a lack of energy in my voice, lack of enthusiasm, and I'm definitely not done talking because I feel like I didn't have a voice in any of this. Bye now.
And as far as her iCloud being hacked, don't care. I don't feel bad for her. I will never feel bad for her or Drew over something like an iCloud being hacked and videos being removed. Zero pity here. She constantly says, oh, it has nothing to do with me. Oh, y'all just don't like me. It has nothing to do with me. Oh, you don't like that. It has nothing to do with me. She can never step back and be like, you know what? Maybe I am the problem. And maybe my lack of motivation, maybe my snotty attitude, maybe my always making myself the victim in every situation has something to do with all of this backlash. Maybe the fact that we abused cats, maybe the fact that we have made a terrible life for these children and have tried to make it sound normal when you've had opportunities to not be where you are right now. Nothing. This all has to do with y'all being lazy grifters. And that's what it always has been. But I am really glad for Desiree. I hope this is the beginning of full reunification. And I hope that, I hope everything works out in her favor. And I think that we need to appreciate the small steps. I know a lot of people were like, oh, you know, why wasn't she just given full custody? Like, that's not the way that these things work. Unfortunately, you know, it's got to be done over time. And let's just hope that everything works out. And this child is out of this awful situation here soon. So that's the Jenkins update for now. Of course, more will come. But for today, if you like the video, please leave a like and a comment. And if you'd like to see more from me in the future, please subscribe. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.